Shalom. Call Halayim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Yes, I just wanted to make a video concerning this apparent nationwide protest that's happening here in Babylon the Great. And apparently it's nationwide, and they're doing this because of what's happening with ICE. So all these different states and I guess maybe the bigger cities, they're protesting, and there's different schools, I guess, that have shut down, or at the very least, certain parents aren't letting their children go to school. Certain businesses have shut down, and they're also protesting not spending any money either. And they're doing this in order to, quote unquote, hurt the government or hit the government where it hurts, which is their money, which is their pockets. And so they're hoping for some kind of change concerning ICE. On top of that, you have this whole funding bill of DHS that's happening currently right now at the White House, I guess. But a lot of things happening concerning ICE, which is nothing more than a plague that the Lord is hitting Babylon the Great with. And this is all because we're living in the time of uproars and riots of the people, and we're going to grab that. And so we know we're at the end, because this is one of those major signs that the Lord told us to look out for. And so we're going to just look at this video right here. This is from Knoxville. Knoxville, Knox County. And we're going to watch maybe a few others just to show you that it's happening currently right now nationwide. I'm sure if you really looked, you could find it happening in other cities as well. But we'll just showcase a few, and then we'll grab some precepts.
What democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what community looks like.
All right, so that's about it in Knoxville.
I don't know. I'm just.
This one is obviously in Minneapolis.
I don't know. I'm just getting a look at this. I'm gonna guess there's a couple hundred people,
Probably.
but we'll see how.
I mean, what's with, is that the Palestinian flag? Like, come on.
Could be unconfirmed.
Yeah, sure. But they have, this is super organized, it is planned, and this is, as we just said before, Kevin said, this being called for across the country, and you have politicians across America wanting this to happen, and then a funding fight on Capitol Hill over ICE funding.
I don't know what the flag is in the near ground.
Maybe it's not.
The background, it's not a Palestinian flag, but anyway, that's that notwithstanding, as we say.
There's an American flag. Hey, what about that?
Right there. So
Right.
We'll watch it.
And of course, Fox News is trying to downplay it, and they're going to keep the camera on the flag. I mean, that's not what anybody's trying to see, but of course, that's Minneapolis, and then we'll grab one more.
If you're wondering why some of your favorite small businesses are shut down today, it's because of the national shutdown that is happening, including right here in Chicago. Rev Billy's Chop Shop is closed down for this, and right next door at Backlot Coffee, they're closed as well, saying ICE will not win, Chicago fights back. A sign on the window says, in solidarity with the National ICE Out protest, we will be closed for business on Friday.
Yeah, so it's ironic that they're doing this today. This national protest, national shutdown protest, I guess is what they're calling it, because of the potential government shutdown as well. So government shutdown in the works, potentially, we'll see. But then you actually have protests for the people calling for a shutdown nationwide because of the government, because of what they're doing. And of course, now we'll grab some precepts, and the biggest one, I just put it into Google, of course, nationwide protests, so you can see all these different articles where things are happening and what's going on. So yeah, definitely do that in your own free time. 2 Ezra 9 verse 1 says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So the Lord told us that, look, no one knows the exact day, the exact hour, and we're not supposed to. But he left us signs. So he said, measure the time, meaning watch. Watch out for these signs that I told you that will be happening in these end days. And when you see these things happening, these signs that I told you to look out for, then you'll know, okay, the Most High is beginning to visit this world. And if he's beginning to visit the world, then that means we're very, very close to him sending his only begotten Son. Verse 3 says, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So two of the biggest prophecies that we were told to look out for is earthquakes and uproars of the people. When you see these things happening, it says, then you shall well understand. So you're supposed to see these things happening and be like, oh, okay, yeah, we are definitely in those times right now. The Most High is visiting this world. Yahweh Shai is about to come soon. Let me be on point. Let me make sure that I'm on point. And if I'm not, let me fast, let me pray, let me repent. And we should be doing these things all the time anyway. Praying without ceasing, obviously repenting, asking the Lord for mercy, and then fasting according to your spirit. These are all the spiritual things that are going to benefit us when this place goes down. Nothing physical that we're doing. It's not because you're so strong, you're so mighty, or you have different, I'm just going to say weapons, guns, whatever, in your house, and you went to the gun range, you can shoot well. It's none of those things. It's because we built up our spirit through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We asked for more faith. We repented and we did his work. That's what's going to make the Lord say, okay, that's a child right there that I'm going to protect. Right? And that's what we want. We want protection in these times because it is going to get bad. Now, I'm going to read Mark 3. I brought this out, I believe, in my previous video, because the reason why these protests are happening is because you have a nation that's divided. And specifically speaking, the government. The Senate wants this. The Democrats want this. Trump is acting like a dictator. This is supposed to be a quote-unquote democracy. And now other world leaders, they see what's going on. Babylon is losing allies, so on and so forth. So people are just fed up and they're upset really with this division that's happening. So Mark 3 verse 24, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So these people are out here marching and protesting and not spending money, businesses shutting down, but they don't realize that this is not going to get better. America is not going to all of a sudden turn around. Trump is going to change his mind, or maybe a new president gets into office and things all of a sudden turn right side back up while everything else is still normal here. No, things are going to be turned right side up, if I'm saying that correctly, when Yahweh Shai returns. That's the whole reason why all this is going down. It's to show you what happens to a society when the Most High's laws are not in place and when you disregard him and his prophets. Really, I'll just say the Lord, because the scriptures do say to exalt him, right? He must increase. But in general, the Lord has sent out his prophets to let you know why these things are happening and to repent. A lot of people are going to disregard that message. And of course, they're going to be destroyed in this upcoming second death. We're looking for mercy. We're looking and hoping for protection throughout Jacob's trouble. And then obviously, we're hoping for deliverance when Yahweh Shai does come. So all these things happening let us know that we're extremely close to that time. And the last precept I'll get is Matthew 24. This is saying the same thing as 2 Ezra 9, but we'll still get it. Kind of the same thing. Matthew 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So what's currently happening right now with ICE and everybody testing because of it, and they're all upset, it's just the very beginning. Even when you see these things happening, it says nation against nation, famines and pestilences. We're not even fully there yet. And it says that that's the beginning of sorrows. So we're just in the very, very early stages of Jacob's trouble right now. And watch, things are going to progressively get worse. And as they do, you're going to see more rioting. But now the rioting is going to turn into looting. It's going to turn into looting and theft and breaking into businesses, because the economy is going to start to fall apart. And that's going to affect people's pockets. And when their pockets are affected, they can't buy groceries anymore. They can't put food on the table. They can't pay their mortgage, their rent. Then people are going to get buck wild out here. And that's where 2 Ezra 15, starting at verse 14, comes into play. Definitely read that in your own time if you're not familiar with that verse or those verses. But just another warning, and just highlighting a big part of prophecy concerning these uproars of the people that's currently happening right now nationwide today in Babylon the Great. So that's how we know, one reason how we know that we're very, very close. So continue to pray and fast, ask the Lord for more faith, continue to repent, because our Redeemer is coming very, very soon. So Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. Call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Shalom.